back to the Black Sheep Podcast. This is Josh, joined by Tyler as always. First things first, if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that like, subscribe button. Turn on your notifications. That'll help us a lot. Help us reach other people who are trying to discover us and get these awesome sports takes. Also, shout out to Jim Bob's Grizzly Beard Care. Always hitting us up, supporting us. Thank you to that man. Check him out. Christmas is up. He's got some good deals on his website, jbgbc.com. Let's get right into it. So we had some big news this week. Michigan canceled their game against Ohio State. Instantly, it became Ohio State can't get in the Big Ten title game, which then in turn affects their playoff standings. Do you think that really affects them, or do you think they're in?
I think they're a lot because from what I've seen, they are in the Big Ten championship game now. Of course, they've been the rules for them, so they're playing Northwestern, and Northwestern's going to be a cakewalk. So I don't know if you leave the Big Ten champion out because they've been so bad this year. The Big Ten is as a whole, not Ohio State, but I don't think you leave the Big Ten winner out. Unfortunately, I'd love to see Ohio State miss it.
Yeah, so I should have prefaced that. The Big Ten went back on their rule of 6 games had to be played. They said 5 games, and of course, when you change that rule, everybody knows it's to get Ohio State into that Big Ten title game. I was in a mood this week. I was like, Ohio State's bigger than the Big Ten. Challenge it. They either change the rule or Ohio State leaves the Big Ten, something like that. Because those 4 or 5 teams that can really – they're above everybody else in terms of everybody.
If they win the Big Ten championship game, they're what, 6-0?
Yeah.
Okay, so if Notre Dame loses, say Notre Dame loses to Clemson by 7 or 3, something like that. If they put Ohio State ahead of Notre Dame, I'm going to lose my shit. I don't care if they're 6-0. If Notre Dame's 10-1 and lost to Clemson, then probably be number 2 team by 7. They better be at number 3 and just immediate rematch.
So me have talked about this. I don't think in that scenario, like no matter if Notre Dame loses to Clemson, both Notre Dame and Clemson are in. And unless Clemson just utterly demolishes Notre Dame, which I don't see happening. Even then, I don't think they leave them out for A&M, who didn't even go to the title game. So I think no matter what, if Clemson loses, that's the only way that there's not 2 ACC teams in there. My standings, what I think is going to be 1 Alabama, 2 Clemson. I'm just going to say 3 Ohio State, 4 Notre Dame, just because I know the committee's not going to put they're not going to put Clemson Notre Dame back to back again. So
the trilogy.
Yeah. I think Bama's the best team in the country. I don't think it's particularly close. They got an offense that can score with anybody, and their defense, while worse than usual, is still pretty good. Clemson, Ohio State, and Notre Dame just have their own issues that they wouldn't be able to compete with Bama.
If Notre Dame wins and Alabama loses to Florida, but it's close, does Bama stay in?
Oh, that's a good one.
There'd be an open spot with Clemson being out if they lost again.
So
you
said it's a close game with Florida? Yeah, 1 loss Bama probably gets in.
Who else?
That'd be it, because then Florida would jump in because they won the SEC. The committee is never going to leave out the SEC champ, no matter how many losses they have.
Interesting.
That bias is real. You would think somebody like
A&M would feel.
Yeah, I know. There'd be a fight. And then Cincinnati, they played 11 games and they creamed everybody. So how would they feel?
Yeah, it'd be rough.
They just dropped below Iowa State. They have a real gripe.
That's something I'd like to see, though. I'd like to see Alabama lose by 3 and then see if they still put them in.
I don't think so, though.
If Clemson loses, too, so there's another spot up for grabs,
yeah,
it'll get real interesting. But I don't think Clemson's going to lose again, unfortunately.
I know. Bama's going to dog walk Florida, too, so I don't think it's going to be close.
Well, I guess we'll avoid that issue.
Maybe Trask pulls that magic out. I don't know. We'll see. But, so we started with Ohio State. Yeah, I think if they're undefeated, no matter how many games they play, I think they're stuck at the 4 seed, though, unless I said they go 3 because of Notre Dame. But if Clemson loses, Ohio State's still going to be a 4. I think somebody jumps them just because of the lack of games.
Join a real conference, Ohio State.
They can't help. The Big Ten is supposed to be good.
Join a real conference like the ACC.
Oh, geez. Uh, we'll go off of that. So you wanted to bring a topic up. I don't think it's that hot of a topic, but we'll skim over it. You thought it'd be a debate, but I think we both agree. You wanted to see, is this Lakers team LeBron's best team ever?
I thought that would be a hot take, just because he's been on a team with Bosh, Wade, Mike Miller. I mean, they had depth. I mean, they were starting Joel Anthony, but other than that, they had depth at every position with James Jones and Norris Cole from Dunbar out there repping. But he's had some kind of deep teams, but I just don't see a team that's as deep and as talented as this Lakers team. And, of course, the Clippers got all that love last year for having that deep bench. But I think this Lakers team is far better than that Clippers team from last year.
Yeah, so the two options I brought up when you brought this to my attention was the 13 Heat when they had Ray Allen, Mike Miller coming off the bench, Adonis Haslam was still pretty good, and then the 15 Cavs, which is the year before they won the title, but I think they were deeper that year. Delly was holding it down under Kyrie, and they had some other bench guys on there. So that was my thinking behind it. But yeah, this Lakers team, I think when you counter in Schroeder and Montrez, they're just better than any bench player that LeBron's had comparably to the past. Marc Gasol, I mean, you can't really – I think this Lakers team easily the best team he's been on, while the Heat team might have been more top-heavy.
Yeah, I don't know if how they're going to do out the starting rotation, but you could have a bench of Schroeder, Wes Matthews, or KCP, whichever one doesn't start, Kuzma, and then you got Trez. It's pretty deep bench with Markieff in there too. So you got 5 could-be starters coming off the bench. That could get real interesting with when you got, I would say, the 2 best players in the league.
Yeah, ESPN had him at 1 and 2 in their little rankings today. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but
yeah, when we talked about it, Anthony Davis being LeBron's best teammate ever, you said it'd come down to if he got a ring with him or not. And AD played well in that final series. So I was wondering if you think AD is his best teammate, or are you still sticking with Kyrie?
no, I said D Wade.
Oh, D Wade, sorry.
Yeah, Kyrie's.
You still
Kyrie's
rolling with D Wade?
I just think his overall game. I mean, D Wade was able to carry his own team to the title without LeBron, and then obviously won with LeBron, or two with LeBron. Where AD, outside of LA, he's had 1 playoff victory, so it's not really been. Yeah, it's tough. AD's good. I'm not trying to slight him by any means, but I don't know.
I would say AD's been in more of the super team era, though.
Yeah.
While D Wade had a squad with Shaq and. So
Yeah, that Heat team wasn't bad by any means, but D Wade was definitely the machine that got that thing rolling.
I think it just might be because AD plays off LeBron better, being a big and pick and roll guy. So that could be why I think that. But just watching AD is kind of amazing what he can do. He can do everything on the floor that you need him to. He can guard anybody. He can shoot from anywhere. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, like I said, it's close, but I just taken Wade's individual accomplishments. Maybe I'm biased in that opinion, but I don't know.
Yeah, we can segue right on over to another shooting guard. With the James Harden rumors, do you think with the new big 3 in Houston with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins, do you think he ends the season in Houston, or do you think he goes to Philadelphia or Brooklyn?
I think he stays in Houston. It's a new coach. Mike D'Antoni's gone, so he's got a new system he's playing in. You'd assume it's more ball movement with them bringing in John Wall, where Westbrook was more of a ball dominant, shoot and score kind of guy, like he's aiming for a shot or driving.
John hate for that.
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
The Westbrook stands. Oh no.
Dude's a friggin' what do they call him? I forget what they call it. Anyways, he's hunting for shots where John Wall is okay with passing. I mean, he's towards the top in the assists every year. He's healthy.
We'll
So
see if he can stay healthy. That's the big question. Him and DeMarcus Cousins.
yeah, and so with the DeMarcus Cousins is a big one. That'll be nice. But and then he's used to playing with a guard who can play off ball and with the ball in his hands with Bradley Beal. So I think it'll be a seamless transition. I'm interested to see Houston, but I don't think Harden leaves. I think he's gonna like playing next to John Wall compared to what he's had the last couple of years.
All right, if you're Houston and Philly offers you Ben Simmons, straight up, maybe Ben Simmons in a first for
I
Harden, you taking that?
Yeah, just because of he's younger. He's a big name. I mean, Harden's a big name too. Don't get it wrong, but he's a young guy that you can market. Where Harden's in his 30s, Ben Simmons has got a long way to go. Less money. Harden's going to get that 200 plus supermax coming up, so I would do it.
That'd be interesting because I think Embiid needs a shooter to play with. Him and Ben Simmons can't just clog up the paint.
Yeah, Embiid's weird too. I don't think he stays in Philly. There's a hot take for you.
Oh, he's definitely staying.
No,
I don't think they're getting rid of him for nothing. I think if anybody goes, it'll be Ben.
See, I'm the opposite. I think between Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons will stay. Ben Simmons is flashier. He's easier to market. Big men aren't marketable unless they move like AD.
He is, but you could say Embiid's the best at his position in the league. You can't say that for Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but Embiid's only good for 40 games a year too. So
That's true.
you got to take the good with the bad. And it's always like soft injuries too, like a leg or something, like a back. It's nothing like serious. It's not like he's tearing his ACL. He just gets like back contusions and stuff like that.
Yeah, let's hope AD stays healthy too while we're speaking of injuries.
Has he had any major injuries since the NBA? Just the shoulder, right? That last year in New Orleans?
He's just got everything wrong with him. When he gets hurt, it's everything. He gets hurt.
Yeah, there was that talk when he first got there in LA. Lakers fans were on AD, calling him soft and stuff.
Yeah, I mean that carried on just by the. I think it's because the nature he plays as well. I know a lot of Lakers fans were getting pissed when we were going up against the Rockets and the small ball and AD shooting mid-range jumpers and not taking it to the hoop. So it's kind of annoying to watch because he is so big and talented, but I think he kind of favors into shooting jumpers instead of taking it to the paint, which if he takes it to the paint, there ain't no way a small guy can stop him. So that plus he's always hurt. His finger, his ankle, his leg, his knee. It's like always something. So I think that's why he gets the soft comments thrown his way.
Yeah. So he better get physical playing next to LeBron. He better ask Brown to help him out.
Yeah, let's hope.
Speaking of one of LeBron's favorite teams, I mean, they're all over the place. Dodgers, Browns, Yankees, whatever. But we'll talk about the
winning.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Browns here. With winning, it's finally time we can say it. 9-3, and they just came off arguably their biggest win of the year against Tennessee. Baker looked really good. He answered he quieted some questions that may have been directed his way. He played pretty good, and they were up big at halftime. They were up 35-7 before they even went in the locker room. Do you think it's against the Titans? Do you think that's still a good win, or are you wanting to see him against the Browns and Ravens again, or the Ravens and Steelers again? Sorry.
No, not a big win at all. I mean, we've had the fraud alert on this podcast several times. Titans always find their way on that fraud list. I did go out on a limb and say Titans are going to expose the Browns. Maybe that ended up the other way around. Maybe the Browns exposed the Titans. But the Titans always come on strong at the end of the year. They had me buying the Derrick Henry hype and, all this. But when your defense is that bad, I mean, I wasn't really impressed by Baker. I mean, they have no pass rush whatsoever. And the touchdowns they're hitting are wide open. So it's like if you can't make those throws, you shouldn't be in the league at all. And Browns fans, man, I've been rooting for the Browns just because they're so bad. I mean, they're in a division with the Steelers and Ravens. And you got to feel – as a Chiefs fan, I've had those years just watching the Broncos dominate. So, you want to root for the underdog. So early in the season, I'm like, yeah, go Browns. Oh, my God, they're winning. I can't believe it. And now it's all Browns to the Super Bowl. And I'm like, shut up. Just enjoy winning. It's like you can't just enjoy that you're, what are they, 9-3?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, we're a contender now. Baker's the real deal off of one game. We got to quit going off of one game. Let's see him against the Ravens. I think they play Sunday or Monday night. Let's see him against the Steelers if they don't rest their starters that week. Let's see him in the playoffs. I think all that Titans game did is get Baker paid.
Yeah, so I mean, we didn't talk about this pre-show, but let's go into that. It's year 3, and when you look at the last couple quarterbacks who got paid, Carson Wentz, Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, all got paid after that 3rd year. This year you have Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Baker Mayfield all coming into that pay period. Out of those guys, I mean,
Where's
I'll
Baker
speak
out of those guys for you? Last?
So I think no. I don't, see, here's my thing. I think Josh Allen's a clear number 1. His progression, you can see him getting better every year. But with the other two, it's up and down, up and down. There's zero consistency. I was listening to somebody. They were like, after year 1, 2018, Baker Mayfield was the best quarterback out of that draft class. Year 2, Lamar Jackson's the best quarterback out of that draft class. Year 3, Josh Allen, the best quarterback out of that draft class. So I still think Josh Allen's going to continue to stay at the top of that. But Baker and Lamar, they're going to bring – I think they're neck and neck just because the consistency isn't there. Baker's obviously a better thrower. So long-term as a quarterback, I think he's got the edge. Lamar still has a bunch of problems throwing the ball. So if I had to say anybody, Lamar's last. But Lamar's highs have been higher than Baker's highs. That's what I'm saying. They're both in last.
The toilet is better than the porta potty, though, or is that
Yeah,
this guy's going to be great and this guy is going to be good?
So the way I'm looking at those two is Jared Goff. You put a team around him, I think they can be serviceable. Baker's 9-3, but look what's around him: 2 great running backs, a good core receivers, and a great offensive line. So he's got
every tight end in the league to block for you.
You have everything you want as a young quarterback. Lamar, last year when he had his highs, he had the system tailored to his strengths. The only one who has kind of like worked his way up is Josh Allen, where in year 3 he finally gets a number 1 receiver. But outside of Stephon Diggs, what's he got? Cole Beasley. He's a good slot, but he's not something that's going to scare defense. And his offensive line's marginal at best. So I think he deserves a paycheck. He's lifting his team up. Where the other two are kind of, what are they going to be without XYZ? Are they still going to be these guys? So I look at them as like a Jared Goff. They're going to get paid, but I don't think they're ever going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just Browns fans are getting a little out of control now. I mean, it was, I know we're not Super Bowl contenders, but we're beating who we're supposed to beat. We're a good story. We haven't had a winning season since God knows when. So, it's like, I want to root for you guys, but now I say you're going to get exposed. Now you're in my mentions. Now I got to save the drafts and hit you up in a couple months and say, hi, I told you so. So, like, just enjoy winning. Enjoy the underdog role. Don't say, we're Super Bowl contenders because we beat the Titans.
Yeah, so, I mean, I kind of went through this in 2017 with the Jags, being a perpetual loser, and then you're finally getting that momentum. But I don't think I ever got hyped up like this. Maybe I did, and maybe I should go look at my memories. But it was always like, okay, next week. Let's just play the team next week. Then we get to the playoffs. Oh, the Bills are supposed to beat us. All right. So the only time I really got super hype was when everybody straight disrespected the Jags and pinned the Patriots and Steelers in the AFC title game. Yeah. And then I was like, all right, this is annoying. Let's go out and whoop their ass. But other than that, it was like, all right, we've never been here before. Let's just enjoy it while we're here. 3 years later, it's all done. So enjoy it.
That's how it was with the Chiefs and Alex Smith. I was like, hey, I'm not mad we're making the playoffs every year. I'm okay with this. Let's just win a playoff game. Because the Chiefs hadn't won a playoff game in so long. So it's like, all right, let's win a playoff game. We finally win one against the Texans. So it's like, all right, let's beat the Patriots. They're next. Let's beat the Patriots. Couldn't get that done with Alex Smith. Went with Mahomes. Once Mahomes hung in there, didn't win in the AFC Championship game, but hung in there with Brady. And Brady went on to win the Super Bowl. I'm like, all right, we're hanging in there. Let's go beat them now. And fortunately, we didn't have to face up against Brady in the playoffs to get the Super Bowl, but we got there. So I think Browns are heading in the right direction, but let's not put them as Super Bowl contenders just yet.
Let's simmer it down.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
I
not
enjoy it.
say, oh, this team beat this team by so much, so oh, they're beatable. You know what I mean? That's what I hate about week by week NFL. It's, oh, these guys beat this team by this. We beat them by this, so we're better than them. It's like, let's just relax, enjoy your wins, enjoy your winning season. Let's get to the playoffs and see how it goes. Completely
I'm just
different game.
saying, before they beat the Titans, they barely beat the Jags, and I think me and you both know where the Jags are in terms of power ranking. So, let's take it, like you said, take it week by week. Let's chill out. You got
I'm
a
sure
good
there's a
win.
reason for that. Baker was in bad weather for 2 weeks, so he wasn't used to throwing the ball or something. You know, there's always an excuse for when Baker doesn't play well. Everybody's off the Baker train. Then one good game, oh my God, he's the GOAT. Let's go. Top 5 quarterback, best in the division.
Oh, let's chill. I like Baker. He just got to get. He has to get consistent. I see some fans say like, "Hey, let's give him another year in the system and then judge him," which is fair. But again, hey, we gotta lower those expectations. Baker is still Baker.
I'm not even saying Baker can't be the guy, but from what I see with Baker right now, he's just not the guy. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, Baker might not be the guy, but we have this running game, and that'll get us in the playoffs and win. But, I mean, the playoffs don't really play out on paper. They play out when you go out and execute. So it's easy to say they can hang with so-and-so team, but can you actually go out there and do it is the real question mark.
Yep. Let's see it in January when it matters. I'll be reading mock drafts, but I'm rooting for everybody else.
You'll be rooting against the Chiefs, I'm sure.
No. Only if they play the Bucks.
Oh, God. I hope that never happens.
If they play the Bucks, I'm coming on the pod with a Tom Brady jersey.
I would be so amped up for that game. I wouldn't be able to sleep for 2 weeks.
Oh, man. Geez, where are we at? Let's see. We want to hit anything else on they got a big one coming up, Ravens Browns. Let's just give a quick prediction since the Ravens finally got their feet wet. They finally got another win, and the Browns got that big win. How do you think this is going to play out?
I think the Ravens went out.
You think the Ravens went out?
Yeah.
Like all the way to the end of the season?
Yeah.
They play the Jags week 15. I don't see that happening.
I think the Ravens win their last games and maybe sneak in. We could segue that into the big game this weekend. We got the Colts and the Raiders. That'll be huge for the playoffs.
There's a couple good games this weekend. Yeah, Colts Raiders is big for playoff.
I think the Colts right now are in, and the Raiders are 1 game back from the Colts.
Yes.
So that'll be interesting. Who do you think's going to pull that one out?
The Colts. The Raiders are only good when they play the Chiefs, it seems like. They are a Greg Williams cover zero blitz away from losing to the Jets and having a losing record. So I can't trust them right now. I'm not going to pick them. I don't like the Colts either, so I'm not just saying the Colts are some super team. Colts are trash too, but I think they're better than the Raiders.
That's one of those games I don't even want to call because you don't know who's going to show up. You don't know what Phillip Rivers is going to show up. You don't know
is
what
Phillip Rivers
going to
throw 3 interceptions in the fourth?
Or is he going to throw 3 touchdowns in the fourth?
Yeah.
Is Carr going to go out there and look like he did against the Jets, or is he going to play like he did against the Chiefs? So that game's tough to call. Obviously, I'm pulling for the Colts because, I'm terrified of the Raiders. They're very scary. I don't want to see them in the first round.
Yeah. If any team doesn't want to see them, it's got to be the Chiefs. 2 close games, 2 last minute wins there.
We'd blow them out in the playoffs.
And then so another big thing that happened, I mean, we're on the topic of frauds. Old Big Ben and the Steelers caught their first
Steel
L.
curtain. The steel
11 and
curtain
1.
was broken through by Alex Noodle Arm, Noodle Leg Smith. You absolutely love to see it. I mean,
But missing their best running back, Antonio Gibson, was hurt.
it couldn't happen to a better guy. I'm happy for Alex Smith. He's having some success. He's nothing special, you know. He's Alex Smith. He's looking like the Alex Smith of old, but it's good to just see him out there. I've said before the season, even if he doesn't play, comeback player of the year. I know a lot of people are saying Ben deserves it, but you got to give it to Alex Smith. I think
At this point, yes.
Alex Smith was probably thinking about that. Like, I can go out here right now and cement this comeback player of the year if I take him down. And he slayed the invincible steel curtain.
So it's funny. As soon as they lost, people were like jumping in on Eric Ebron. He picked his worst game to be trash. He was talking all that stuff on Twitter, and then he goes out. I mean, he's always had a problem with drops. There's a reason he's on his third team in the NFL in 6 years. But man, what a time.
He wants the biggest jet. He wants the jet the Chiefs had. He wants the respect the Chiefs had.
Yeah.
You got to go out there and catch that respect, I guess. But now the Steelers aren't in too much trouble. They only lost one game. Nobody's going undefeated probably for a long, long time. But the way they did it is not a good look. The team they lost to is not good. You can say what you want about the Chiefs looking bad against the Broncos or not winning games by 30, but you're winning the games. I mean, don't matter if you're winning by 3 or winning by 30 if you're winning. A lot of Steelers fans are running their mouths on Twitter. Oh, the Chiefs only beat these guys by 6, then come back and lose to the Washington football team. I mean,
They don't even have a name. And take down the undefeated.
Stop counting other teams' wins, how much they win by, and start worrying about winning.
That's real. You know who else does that a lot?
Hopefully the Steelers get that respect. Hopefully they get the respect and get their ass whooped by the Bills on Sunday night.
So Chiefs took over the 1 seed after that win.
Nah, not yet.
I'm pretty sure they did.
We lost in the AFC.
Let me see.
They lost in the NFC. So they got the 1 spot, unfortunately. So hopefully they lose to the Bills and we can take that 1 spot.
Oh, that's a good one. I think the Bills win that.
I think the Bills win in a rout.
In a rout?
Yeah. I don't see Big Ben in that Alex Smith style offense getting that job done. I'd say Bills by at least 10.
Dang, that's a big line for you.
In Buffalo?
In Buffalo, yeah.
Josh Allen coming in hot. Steelers coming in so angry. Juju's going to be in the locker room fucking TikTok dancing and shit. He ain't going to be worried about the game. So
that's funny.
Bills big. TikTok influencer Juju got to come out strong.
Hey, question. So I hopped on this playoff predictor by 538. They have the Saints with the highest percentage to win the Super Bowl at 30%. They got the Chiefs second at 29. You think the Saints are that good?
I think their defense is that good.
Steelers come in at third at 10.
I don't know if their offense, we'll see when Breeze gets back. See what he does with Michael Thomas. Kamara's an absolute dog. I hope Breeze comes back for, I believe it's 2 weeks. I think we play the Dolphins this weekend and then the Saints in New Orleans. I'd like to see Drew Brees back for that.
Oh, you guys play the Saints? Uh-oh.
Yeah. I would definitely like to see Drew Brees back for that. Get a little Super Bowl preview. I could definitely see the Saints coming out. But then again, the Saints always have their moments in the postseason, so I don't really count on them either. And I'm saying all this, I just want to make it clear that I don't have the Chiefs in permanent marker making the Super Bowl. I don't think the Chiefs are unbeatable. I'm a Chiefs fan, so I'm obviously biased. But, I mean, we talk all the time, any given Sunday, anything can happen. We did go down 24-0 to the Texans, but we weren't supposed to stop Derrick Henry, you know. Anything can happen. I don't have the Chiefs and Sharpie in the Super Bowl. I would be very shocked if they get back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. You're lying.
I mean, I got them going back to back, but at the same time, it just doesn't seem when you start thinking about it, it's like I haven't seen this team win a Super Bowl my whole lifetime. Do I really think they can go and win back to back, or do I just count my blessings with this one and hope they get back again? But
when you have Pat Mahomes,
yeah, they're playing like they're going to get back there, so hopefully they do.
yeah, that'll be interesting. Unless they play the Raiders in the playoffs, then they might not.
Yeah, if we play the Raiders, we're fucked.
They drove a bus around the stadium for a regular season win. Imagine a playoff win. They're doing a parade through Kansas City.
They got the why can't I say the word? Intimidation factor on us. We're gonna come in thinking they're gonna run the buses around the stadium. We ain't gonna be focused if we gotta play the Raiders.
They're about to make you guys go play in Oakland.
No.
if they win again, they said open up the black hole again. We gotta go back there.
No.
Get those fans going.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Honestly, right now, I would say the team that I worry about most playing in the playoffs would be the Bills. I also worry about the Ravens sneaking in there. Just because first game, that would suck going against the Ravens. I mean, first game, not having the bye. Yeah, that would be terrible. The Ravens
the last two teams who played them in the first round.
I know. I know that, but when I'm thinking of the Ravens, I mean, I still think they're a top 4 team in the AFC.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to play them first round. That's why I'm hoping we get this bye. That would be awesome to see Steelers, Ravens, week 1 of the playoffs.
Oh, I think they play week 17.
I think it's Browns, Steelers, week 17.
Let's look it up. Yeah, I know they played late in the season.
They already played twice.
Oh, yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you're right.
A week after
that was the COVID game, yeah. Trace McSorley.
Throw it on a dime.
Yeah.
But yeah, my biggest worry is I'm not worried about the Steelers. I think we could handle the Steelers. They have no run game at all. And I just don't see Ben beating Mahomes in a shootout if it comes to that, which our defense has slept on. So I don't think it would be a shootout. But I'm not worried about the Steelers. Bills and Ravens is who I would worry about.
I just thought about this.
The Ravens can run for 300 yards.
Yeah. So the Bills are kind of an underdog too. And why do we not hear the noise coming out of Buffalo like we do coming out of Cleveland? I mean, now the Bills aren't the loser that the Browns are. The Bills are just in the playoffs a couple years ago.
I mean, they haven't won their division in so long.
Oh, yeah.
But
and I feel like the noise is so much louder.
Probably because we live in Ohio.
Yeah, that's probably true. You think Jets fans are annoyed at Bills fans right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think just because we live in Ohio, we get annoyed with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. But, yeah, I mean, the Browns –
Bengals fans have calmed down, though, ever since they played the Washington team.
They got humbled a little bit, but I mean, I don't even blame Browns fans, honestly. I'm happy for them, but just
I am too.
A little bit.
I just thought about that, though. It's like they're both two teams who haven't had a rich history, but they're both doing really good. Just seems one's louder than the other.
If the Chiefs don't win the Super Bowl, I'd like to see Buffalo do it.
That'd be awesome. Josh Allen. Just the fact – did you see Mel Kiper put his cape on for Josh Allen the other day?
No.
Oh, my gosh. It was on Get Up, and they were talking about, like, the pre-draft process. And Kiper put that cape on quick.
Caper, yes, sir.
He said, I always thought Josh Allen was good. When you're playing at Wyoming and you only have this person there, you're going to have bad numbers. He was like, it was you guys who thought he was going to be bad. I was like, dang, Kiper, come to the rescue.
Can you imagine what that'd be like, though, if Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl, takes down Mahomes? The offseason will be, Josh Allen, best quarterback in the league. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
No, they won't say that. That'd be crazy. Unless he, puts up 500 on the Chiefs. I don't think that talk's going to happen.
I don't know if I'm ready for that. I'm just getting used to having the best quarterback in the league. I don't want that.
Josh Allen's top 5.
I don't want dethroned already.
Nah, I don't think that happens. Yeah, Not yet. If Josh Allen did it again, yeah, like twice in a row, if he just like makes Mahomes his son, then I think that conversation starts. I
Yeah,
just don't see it.
when the Chiefs played the Bills earlier this year, it was an ugly, rainy game, and Josh Allen did not look good, and Mahomes really didn't either. I mean, we ran the ball for like 270.
Yeah,
So
that was one of the couple games that Clyde actually went over 100.
yeah,
He
that
had like
great first round
160 that
pick.
game.
Yes, sir.
We had that conversation. That was awesome. Let's see our listeners if they're listening right now. Just send it to us, text us, DM us. Do you think you should ever take a running back in the first round, even if it's the last pick? I say no. Ty says it doesn't matter. I don't think he really cares, but because his team did, he's going to defend it.
I gotta defend it just because
Yeah,
that was our one weak spot.
absolutely.
Well,
I get the logic behind the pick because I haven't said Clyde to the Chiefs was perfect, but my logic on running backs is also you don't pay them, you don't take them in the first round because you can
the
always
Jags
find them.
get one undrafted rookie and he does good. Now you think they're fucking grow on trees.
They do. Who are your top 5 running backs in the league?
Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Nick Chubb, Clyde. I don't know. That's tough.
Dalvin
Definitely Dalvin.
and
Definitely.
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Out of those 5 guys, only one was a first round pick.
Well, look
2,
at Leonard Fournette.
yeah, he's
He's
trash.
balling. Oh.
Stop it. Stop. You mean the guy who took over Deshaun and Mahomes? Yeah, great
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Super good.
I mean, he could be like John Ross and not playing. I mean, I think you take a running back in the first all day long.
At least he's scoring. I'll give him that. John Ross was a wasted pick. Poor guy. Runs a 4.2 and jumps up 50 spots on a draft board. Oh,
yeah, you
boy.
love it.
But yeah, I mean, we have it. It's a good pick when you need it. I just think you can find them anywhere. It's nice. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about that one. The Browns got 2 of them who are really good. Some teams need running backs. I just don't think every team needs a running back.
What if the Chiefs didn't draft Clyde and then Williams opted out? We were screwed.
Oh, they could have got somebody. Maybe they drafted James Robinson. Who knows?
No, that guy's a fraud.
You can't watch him on side. I got used to watching Leonard Fournette run into his blockers for 3 years, so seeing a guy actually make a cut into the right hole has been pretty enlightening. He might be a fraud, but he's good for right now.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that flash in the pan simmers down a little bit next year.
Hey, he's gonna have a better QB. Justin Fields, QB1.
How you want to do this power rankings? I say we do 10 teams. Keep it easy. You want to do 32. You want to screw me over here. I'm going to say the Dolphins, the Oilers.
32 would take too long. We'll get stuck. Let's do so 7 teams are going to the playoffs from each conference, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do 14. Best 14 teams. So number 14, you do evens, I'll do odds. 14.
Okay. 14, I'll go with the Cardinals.
Ooh, that was mine. 13, I'm going to go with the oh, dang, I'm already stuck. Colts.
All right. I'll go with the Rams. Staying in that division.
11, Tennessee.
All right, I'll go Cleveland.
Baltimore at 9.
Seattle at 8.
Tampa Bay 7.
All right, that's risky since we're out of the playoffs. 6. How am I gonna put it? 6. Man, this is tough. 6, I'll go Steelers.
Whoa, 11-1. Oh, jeez. That threw me off.
They didn't even make our top 10 last time.
5, we're going to go with it. No, they didn't. LA dropped a couple spots though.
Yeah, they did.
5, we're gonna go with the Packers. Oh, there's
Right.
gonna be a bad team up there.
Four is
Got too
gonna
many good teams too low.
be the. Did I say the Rams already?
Yeah, they were 15 or 14.
Shoot. No, the Cardinals were 15.
Yeah, the Rams are 12. My bad.
Shoot. Who else is in the NFC?
I'm telling you, we messed up. We got too many good teams.
No, we're good. We're good. I want to look up my phone so bad. What are we on, 4?
Yeah.
Okay, 4. I'm going New York Giants.
Oh man, division leading, I guess.
Yes, sir.
3. Oh gosh, I know number 1. That's easy. I gotta find number 3. Bills.
Come on,
Oh geez, how'd I forget that? Whew. That was a good
all right,
save.
2 Saints.
Okay, 1 Chiefs. Hey, we finished strong with the top 3.
That's not bad. I told you
Yeah.
we had those 3 teams left. We were good.
Yeah,
I
if
just
we did 32, there would have been some stinkers up top.
I just couldn't think of who else to put it for.
Oh man, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so that's yeah.
We
We'll have to
forgot
get to
somebody.
30. We'll have to
I
get
don't
to
think
30.
I said the Rams, man.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe.
You said them at 12.
So I said 3 teams in that division.
That's fair. I almost
Who'd we
said the
forget?
Niners.
We got the Steelers, Browns, and Ravens. We didn't say the Dolphins.
Ah, tough loss.
No Raiders.
Yeah, because they're trash.
No Vikings.
They're cheeks too. They went to
We did
0-2
all
with
right.
Jags. Yeah,
We did
I
all
see you
right.
did.
All right, well, we were going to get into the Wolf and the Jag, the new segment, but I've been a homer all podcast. So I
We'll
will
just call this
say
one the Jag.
the Chiefs going for the Wolf segment. The Chiefs are going to Miami, getting those throwback moments of winning the Super Bowl in that stadium. So hopefully they don't sleep on that and lose to Tua, the God. But I say the Chiefs win by what they're favored by, 7.
I'm going to be interested to see how Miami uses their corners. So Brian Flores runs a pretty aggressive defense. He likes to bring pressure. Mahomes loves pressure because he can backpedal 30 yards and launch at 70. So it'll be interesting. Are they going to keep him? The corners don't line up with Tyreek really well. They're
Please
big.
play man.
They do. They run a lot of man. It's going to be interesting. Are they going to bring Xavier Howard inside, cover old Kelsey? They're going to move Byron Jones inside to cover Kelsey. I'm interested to see how this game turns. And Tua, how's he going to bounce back? I mean, he played last week after that benching, but he's still got to get in a groove.
Hopefully, don't find his groove this week, but I still got a high ceiling for Tua. He just needs some weapons.
Yeah, his receivers, so we talked about it. I mean, they're good, but there's not any who can really separate. They're possession guys. They can run their slants. Devontae Parker can get behind some people, but he's not a burner. Tua needs a burner. A lot of people are mocking Jamar Chase to him. Oh, my gosh.
I think
Jamar
he goes
Chase,
too
man.
early, but we'll see.
Well, they got a top 10 pick with Houston.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, he does get somewhere like that. But they could pick up John Ross just to get a burner, get him cheap. But I don't know.
They got Jakeem Grant. He's a burner, but he's only 5'6". So
Yeah, he's so little. They need a deep threat. Hopefully, they can find one. Tua. I mean, we're tough on Burrow and Herbert, and we can be tough on them. But I always say you can't judge a quarterback truly until 3 years in the league. Kind of like with Baker. He's 3rd year. He's doing all right. Lamar 3rd year. He's kind of falling off a little bit. But I always say you got to wait till the third, 4th year, see how they're going to end up. I got high hopes in Tua. So hopefully they get some weapons around them. They already got the tight ends they need. They just need some outside guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's probably going to be the most fun game this weekend.
Nah,
I'm, s-
Steelers, Bills.
I think they'll Bills just handle them. I'm not
Hopefully the
calling it a
Chiefs handle
10-point
the
line that you
Dolphins.
called, but yeah.
It'll be interesting. Hopefully Tua doesn't break out this game, but still, Dolphins fans, don't hang your head. One day you guys will be up there with the Chiefs. Hopefully.
I mean, they're doing pretty good. They're in the hunt for the
They,
playoffs.
they got a good coach, and they seem to be hitting on their
Oh,
picks
dude,
and free
Flores is
agents.
awesome.
So yeah, he's
They got
about
a
to
lot of
whoop
draft
Zach
picks this
Taylor.
year. Whew, boy, was he.
So what do you want to talk about this week with the elite Jaguars? Do you want
So,
to get your frustrations out with the Jets, or you want to
yeah,
keep it
so
Jacksonville?
I mentioned last week how I was a Jets fan, kind of, like hoping for them to win. And last week, 15 seconds left, they got a win. And Derek Carr stole it. Well, Greg Williams stole it. That was the most blatant tank call I've ever seen in my life. I was more mad that Derek Carr hit that deep fade than I was that the Vikings had just beaten the Jaguars. I was furious. It was crazy. So I follow a lot of Jags fans on Twitter, and boy, that timeline was flowing with Trevor Lawrence, Avies, and Teal and Black for like
Yeah,
5 minutes.
that had to be a rough ending as a Jags fan watching that go down. Because
Yeah,
I was in the messages like, oh my God, Jets are going to get the dub, and then somehow you put Lamar Jackson on the fastest receiver that the Raiders have, and he falls for a double move.
who falls for a double move when you know a Hail Mary's coming? They're not
Yeah,
throwing a curl, bub.
that's crazy.
Oh, it's annoying.
But on the bright
Well,
side, I mean, you got Colin Johnson balling out.
yeah, I want to apologize to him. I said that he was 6'6" and ran a 6-second 40. Colin Johnson, my apologies, because you looked really good against Minnesota. This receiver core for the Jags is going to be fun for old Justin Fields to get in there and throw to. You got Colin, Visca. Hopefully DJ Chark gets re-signed this summer. He's not a free agent, but he needs a long-term deal. Poor guy. And then what else with the Jags? Oh, yeah, Gardner Minshew's still on the bench. Pissed off Doug Marrone, hiding an injury, so Doug Marrone's being a fag.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Edit. Bleep,
Oh,
bleep that.
oops.
we're gonna need to bleep that out.
My bad. I apologize. I should not have used that language.
We'll just put a bleep in there. You're gonna have to work on your editing
I
skills
I
this
am
week.
not editing that out. If they made it
Oh,
this
come
far,
on. You gotta bleep that out.
if they made it this far, they're real OGs. They
You gotta say
respect us.
agate.
And
You have to say agate. You can't just say that.
I said I'm sorry. Doug Marrone is being a dummy, a big doo-doo head.
That sounds better.
No, but I'm just ready. I've accepted we're getting the number 2 pick as a Jaguar fan. So, hey, Justin Fields, welcome to the Duval, baby.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, the Jags are threatening to leave again. Sorry.
Are they?
Yeah. So again, this all takes place in Jacksonville. There's some big project coming up, and they got the mayor and the president of the Jaguars all coming out like, hey, if this doesn't get approved, the Jaguars might leave. And then the president of Jaguars like, the Jaguars have been a free agent team for the last couple of years. What? So Shad Khan's got this like big project for a couple $100 million coming up, and he's asking the taxpayers to pay for it instead of him. So it's real ugly.
You guys are gonna be in London.
Yeah. So that whole trend going around was like, name your NFL team without saying who it is. And mine was T's going to be a stadium commodity in a couple of years. So
Yes,
I
sir.
might be a Bengals fan in a couple of years.
No.
It's going to be the wolf in the burrow.
You have the Burrow AV.
Hey, we'll have that real Lombardi then. Ain't that right? Who day?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Shout out.
everybody go out and get your merch. teespring.com/blacksheepmerch. Got
Get it.
some on
The
here.
flock.
Josh has some he never wears.
I worked yesterday. We were supposed to record.
Oh, yeah. My
But
apologies.
yeah, thank you guys for joining us. If you could, please subscribe. We lost a subscriber today, so we need like 10 more
no.
to hit that subscribe button. Help us grow. Seriously. Spotify, Apple, we're on there. Leave reviews. Have you ever been on Spotify? Maybe we have reviews on there.
I'm on Spotify just to share it. I don't use Spotify.
I don't either. So check and see if we got any reviews.
All right, will do.
We're closing it out, so we got some random talk going on.
We did lose a subscriber. Come back. We miss you.
I told you. Please come back.
We have it doesn't say for reviews. I don't think you can review it.
Oh man, we forgot to tell them. This is my like Michael Jordan flu game.
Oh no.
I might have the Rona, so.
Oh no.
I did test number 2 today. I had to shove it up my own nose.
Let's hope he doesn't have the Rona.
Yeah, let's please. I don't want it. I gotta come out of this.
Yeah, I don't see where you can rate on Spotify.
Oh,
Apple,
well.
we're doing well though. Keep showing love and keep subscribing.
Hey, you leave a review, we'll shout it out.
We're gonna remember who left us when we're famous one day in 2037.
And 2021, Cody's coming on. And we're gonna blow up.
Yes, sir.
I don't even know his last name. Tyler did all that.
Kodai Butts.
Kodai Butts. All right.
Shore, baby.
Don't know what that is, but all right. Hey, thank you guys for joining us.
We're getting canceled after this episode. See you guys next week.
Yeah. See you guys, maybe. Peace.